In the last video, we created a graph. In this video, we're going to use Excel to add error bars on top of our blue treatment and control bars here. Now, to do this requires that you've actually already calculated the standard error, which isn't a problem because we have already done just that. What we're going to do is click on our bars. Go up to, in my case, chart layout, and I have a box on the far right that says error bars. This may take you a little bit of searching to find, but you can find it, so take some time and locate the error bars. Once you've found it, click on the error bars. Go down to error bar options. Now, there is one here that says error bars with standard error, but please, please, please don't use that because it calculates your error bars inappropriately. So you want to go down to error bar options and click OK. This is going to pop up a box for you. There's a couple of things that you need to check. One is in the display. You want to have tails on your error bars so that you can see them quite easily. So make sure that both are selected. Then it's much more easy to see if there's a cap on the ends, so you want to make sure that you have that one as well. You don't want a fixed value, a percentage, a standard deviation, or this specialized standard error. In fact, you want to click down here on Custom, because Custom is going to allow you to use the standard errors that you calculated and put them onto your bars. Then click Specify Value. Now you get this fun little pop-up box. In it right now is a 1, and you can see that on your graph there are some error bars plotted there, but we don't want those. So go ahead and in both cases delete those. Now we've got fresh bars, and we are going to click on this pop-up box directly to the right. What we have to tell Excel to do is plot a bar on our treatment and then plot a bar on our control. Because they're in the same data series, they're going to be treated that way, and so we need to highlight two numbers here. We need to highlight our treatment and drag that mouse across to the control. Then we're going to close this pop-out box, and we're going to do the same thing for the negative. So that step right before told Excel to go positive by 2.7 on the treatment and positive by 1.55 on the control. Now we have to tell it to go negative. So click on that box, come back here, select the 2.7 and the 1.55 once again. It's really important that there aren't any commas or anything in here because otherwise it won't transfer appropriately. Click on the right box, and now what we've told it in this case is to go negative by 2.7 on the first bar and negative by 1.55 on the second bar. And so when we hit OK, we'll go back to our format. We can say, yep, this is what we want. We want display, both sides, positive and negative. We want a cap. And now we have our error bars. You can visually look at them. 2.7 looks much bigger over here than 1.55. And so I'm pretty confident that my standard errors were entered onto the graph correctly. I can also check to make sure that the error bar is centered. When you do an error bar, remember it's representing a mean value plus or minus that error. And so the error bar should be centered on the mean. If one of your tails is much larger, either positive or negative, that's an indicator to you that you might want to delete those and try starting again, making sure that you select both your control and treatment for the positive error and the negative error. And this is the same if you have a series of graphs, bars where you had more than two. You just select all of them until you've reached the end of your graph for the positives and repeat and do everything the same for the negatives. That wraps up our tutorial on how to insert standard error bars using Excel.